Hi everyone, and welcome to our first permanent collection spotlight. In this video, we will spotlight 2 photography portraits in our collection by Jerry Siegel. Jerry Siegel, a native of Selma, Alabama, has made it his life's work to photograph Southern painters, potters, photographers, and artistic visionaries. His first monograph, titled Facing South: Portraits of Southern Artists, was published by the University of Alabama Press in 2011 and features portraits of 100 Southern artists. Siegel is a graduate of the Art Institute of Atlanta. His work has been shown in solo exhibitions at the Ogden Museum of Southern Art, the Museum of Contemporary Art of Georgia, the Montgomery Museum of Fine Arts, the Jules Collins Smith Museum, and the Telfair Museum, Jepson Center for the Arts. His work is in many collections, including the Ogden Museum of Southern Art, the High Museum in Atlanta, and the Birmingham Museum of Art. We are excited to present Jerry Siegel. Please listen as he speaks about his work in WMA's collection.
These are 2 portraits that are part of the series called Facing South. And that's the book that you referenced. And then I had 2 great friends that were writers. One was a writer, one was a painter, but they're 2 great friends in Selma, much older than me, 35, 40 years older than me. They were like my mentors. And I photographed both of them. And I photographed, it was Crawford Gillis and Mary Ward Brown, who are both important Alabama artists. And I photographed John Lapsley, also from Selma, and Charles Shannon in Montgomery. And Bill Allen, who's the director of the Georgia Museum, suggested that I had this cool series going of late career Southern artists. So he kind of put this in my head, and so I decided to pursue it and went to New Orleans, and my brother connected me with some galleries down there, and I photographed Giroux and Ida Komeyer and others. And so this was just a continuation of that project. And I was introduced to Dale Kennington. I think through the Montgomery Museum is how I met her. Everyone was kind of came from a different place. There were a few artists that I really wanted to photograph that I knew their reputation, like George Giroux in New Orleans. In some of them, I would, speak to museum directors, say, I'm photographing these artists. This is this project in Alabama. Who should I photograph? Who's important? And so that's how I got to Dale. And Pinky I had met at several other photography events, and we sort of knew each other a little bit. So I went to Fairhope to photograph her. And Dale was just amazing. I mean, people always ask if I have a favorite artist, and I guess it's like having kids or animals. It's hard to pick one.
Right.
But some you just connect with more, and she and I really connected, and, stayed in touch and had a great afternoon making pictures. It was really special.
So with this series, I'm assuming that you would go to their studio or you would go to them and kind of capture them in their usual everyday.
Yeah, it was to catch them in their environment,
Okay.
preferably in their studio. Not, when I photographed Ida Komeyer, we did go in her studio and shot some pictures. But the picture that was used in the book was actually shot in her living room, because when I came in, when we introduced ourselves, we sat down to chat for a few minutes, and that she was sitting there. It was perfect. I said, "Stop, don't move," which
Yeah.
is a common expression for me, and I captured that. But I like it to be about the studio, so you get a feel of maybe who they are, the kind of work they do, something that tells you a little bit about them. I mean, you can't get it all across, but I like the environmental portrait.
Okay. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And we appreciate you taking time out of your day to tell us a little bit about your
Happy to
work.
do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.